Yeah, good afternoon. Am I audible? Yes, respond, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay. In the last class, I've given some questions, some grammars. So I said to construct the first set and follow set. How many have you done? Pardeep? Pardeep is there? Hello. CR.
Yes, sir.
Have you forwarded the grammars to all?
Sir.
I have forwarded some homework. I have given some more.
Yes, sir. You think I forwarded? Check, sir.
So that is a important. So you should find out first set and follow set for the given grammar. So almost 10 examples are given. So everyone should do. Everyone should complete that. After completing, you should share. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
when is the
huh?
when is the submission date?
You tell me how much time you want.
No, sir. You tell us if today is anyway Friday, sir. Monday we'll put submission.
Monday. Okay, by Monday submit. So you ask the remaining section students, your friends, the other sections, they are also doing. If any homework is given, they are completing and submitting. So this is not a theory subject, problematic subject. You should practice. Okay, unit 2 is important. All problems are there. So remaining some theory part or some diagrammatic part. Okay, no problem. But in the unit 2, completely top down and bottom up process problems. Okay, grammar and input string derivation part is there in the unit 2. Okay, so everyone should complete. So given many, I think 13 grammars. Okay, if you complete all this, you can do whatever the question is given in the external. If any grammar is given, you can easily find out the first set and follow set. If you find the first set and follow set, definitely you can construct the predictive passing table. Okay, this is a base to fill the passing table, predictive passing table. Okay, we will see now. I am going to explain that topic. So how to construct the predictive passing table. Okay, so I have given the rules also, how to find out the first set and follow set. Rules are there, then follow the rules. So like that you should construct, that means you should find out the first set and follow set for the given grammar for all the non-terminals. For all the non-terminals. Okay, the next topic is my screen is visible? Hello.
Yes,
Okay. These all are the grammars. For these grammars, you have to do like this. Just first set and follow set. Simply, you know the rules. By applying the rules, you can find out the first set and follow set. Okay, after completion of this, I will share no problem. I have a solution also, but you should complete first. The next one is a same thing. This is a predictive passing table only. In this, we will do all the what we have done previously. So all the steps in this. So predictive passing table or 11 passing table or 11 grammar or table driven parser. So 3 names. So non-recursive also we involve. So these are the different names for this is top down. This is a top down passing. So important the top down passing. Here no backtracking is done. The grammar should be free from that left recursion, left factoring. Okay, already in the last class I told you LL of 1 grammar, LL of 1 grammar, LR of 1, so like that. So LL of 1 grammar means here first L stands for scan the input from left to right. From left to right, this L stands for left to right, scanning the input from left to right. So the second L that stands for using leftmost derivation, that can be done. So we have two derivations, one is a leftmost derivation, another one is a rightmost derivation. Okay, so here using leftmost derivation, this is done using leftmost derivation. Always left side non-terminal is used for the expansion, or leftmost non-terminal is replaced by other production. Okay, so LL1, 1 means look ahead symbol. Look ahead, only one symbol is seen. Okay, while doing this parser, that is input seen, input symbol is seen for doing this type of parsing. That is a look ahead symbol, look ahead. So this is a predicted symbol, one prediction. Okay, then steps here. First, to eliminate the left recursion from the grammar. Okay, any grammar is given to construct the predictive parsing table. First of all, we have to do this one. First step, what is that? Eliminate left recursion from the grammar. Left recursion, you know what is the left recursion, how to remove the left recursion, then what is the general form of left recursion, you know. Okay, so in the grammar, left recursive productions are there, remove that. So remove that means not removing that production, convert that production to non-left recursive production. So that is simply we can call it as eliminating left recursion from the grammar. That is the first step. Then second step is perform the left factoring. Okay, if the grammar any left factoring productions are there, any common features are there in a single production. So in that case, do this left recursion, left factoring. Okay, so these are the two for doing for making the grammar to unambiguous. After removing this left recursion, left factoring, that grammar definitely it is called unambiguous grammar, no ambiguity in the grammar. Okay, these two. Next, third step, find the first and follow set. Find the first and follow set. So which we have seen in the last class. Finding first set and follow set. So that's why I am explaining step by step. In the starting I will explain how left recursion, how to remove the left recursion. Then later I have given some examples, shown examples. Then left factoring, how to remove the left factoring. That means how to do the left factoring in the grammar. So next to finding first set and follow set. Okay, these are the three are used to fill that predictive parsing table. Okay, third step is finding the first and follow set. So now you know how to find the first set and how to find the follow set. You know the first rules and you know follow rules also. In the grammar, for every non-terminal, you should find out first set and follow set for each and every non-terminal. Okay, so that means up to third step you know what to do. Okay, the next one is fourth step is construct the predictive parsing table. So construction of predictive parsing table. So this is a new thing. So up to 3 steps, you know. Okay, we have some rules. Okay, some formulas for forms. Then we should follow that forms. So we can. Okay, first we from the after third step. So we will have first set and follow set. So this some symbols. It means some set of symbols. So these symbols are used to fill this table. Table is nothing but you know rows and columns. Some table is going to be there. In that, what we have to do? Fill the entries to the table. Fill the entries to the table. Then what are the entries means? From this first set and follow set. What are the symbols out there in the first set? what are the symbols are there in the follow set. Okay, so those symbols are used to fill the entries into the table. So table will get. So after that, check whether the given input string is accepted or rejected. That is a last step. So now here we have a table. Now if any input is given, so that means source program. If any source program is given, what are do? That is a valid input or valid statement or not. That type of verification in the fifth step. So clear? Respond. Hello. Yes, Ritesh, Tarun, Rashri.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today just I will take only class. So I'm busy, so lab class I will take the next week. So already one experiment completed. No problem by the mid one. So we supposed to complete 3 experiments. So not all of 3 experiments, only 2 experiments. In one lab I can finish that. So but today no lab class. Okay.
Okay.
Hello. Remaining. So I don't know when I'm going to stop. After stopping the class, I will take the attendance. Will give the response. For them only I will give the attendance. So everyone be active. So everyone respond for the questions. Only if you are responding. Only if you are, that means response means whether you are active or inactive. Whether you are listening the class or not. So this fellow are not listening. Riteshu, Tamras.
Yes, sir.
Ma, what I am asking you, so give a response, ma. I called your name. Okay, so inform. So I know at the time of taking the attendance, you send a message to all. Then by seeing the message, they will respond. So today I don't know when I am going to stop the class. 1 hour or 2 hours, I don't know. But today, no lab class, only theory class. Okay, Sir, Fardi. Hello, 5:30. After completion of attendance, she will ask. Present, sir, like that.
Sir, then after theory class, we don't have any other class.
No, ma.
Okay, sir.
Theory class means I don't know when I am going to stop. I can take 1 hour, 1.5 hours, or 2 hours. Okay, so these are the 5 steps. 5 steps. Okay, with this, half of the unit will be completed. So already I think schedule not given for the mid exam. You know the schedule, JNTU schedule only for the mid one exam. Okay, so I think some information shared to you regarding mid one, how the mid one is going to be conducted, then how to write the exam. You know that the information. Okay, right? You have that information, right? So before the mid one, so we are supposed to complete unit 2. So half of the unit will be completed by today. So remaining top down bottom up classes. So in the next week I can finish, no problem. Okay, so these are the 5 steps. So you know these 3 steps. So next to 4th step is the construction of this predictive parsing table. Next to if any input string is given, input string means anything, any statement, any expression is given, whether here this top-down parsing is going to say it is accepted or not. That is okay. So here some algorithm is given. So input is a grammar, then output is a parsing table for this predictive parsing. Input is a grammar is given, then output is a parsing table will be given. Okay, that means up to fourth step. Okay, so for any production, A implies alpha for the grammar. So these are the following things can be done. First one is for each terminal alpha in first of A, add that to
Sorry, sir, I
table.
have to go and here now, sir.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir, I'd gone to get my lunch. Sorry, sir.
Okay. So first step is in algorithm. First step is for any production. That means for each terminal alpha in first of A. First of A. First we'll find out the first set and follow set. Right. So first of A, we see that in that alpha is one symbol. Alpha is one symbol in the first set. Okay. So this alpha is added to the set from this production, right? So now add this production in the table. I will show how to add. Okay, this production is added in the table. Non-terminals are rows and terminals are the columns. In that row, in particular column, this production is added. What production? This type of production is added. Why on this column? So that symbol there in the first set. Okay, there is one rule. And the next, if epsilon is in first of alpha, epsilon is there. So then for each terminal B in follow A, add this A implies alpha to this entry. That means so A row, B column. If epsilon is there in the first of alpha, okay, this each terminal B in follow A. That means B is there in the follow A. Okay, so in place of B, then this one is added. Okay, next if epsilon is in first of alpha and dollar is in follow A, add that dollar. That means in the dollar column, this production is added. In the B production, this is added, and if it is in the epsilon, then dollar. Then in place of dollar, this production is added. I will show that example. This is a algorithm. These are the two steps in this algorithm. So construction of predicting passing table. This is just a predictive passing table. So next one is whether the input string is given for the grammar to accept or reject. So for that, this is the algorithm. First input is string, some W. String is W, that is called W, whatever it is, and a passing table. Here input is string is given and passing table is given for a grammar. Okay, this passing table is constructed from the grammar. Okay, that means by performing these steps. Okay, now in the predictive passing table, input string will be given and table will be given. These are the two inputs. Okay, in this case, input is what? Grammar is input. Output is a table. Table will get. Okay, this table is given here as an input, and also one input string is given as an input. So what is the output from this? Whether it is accepted or rejected, that kind of output will be shown. If W is in this language, that means this input string W is accepted by this language which is generated by the grammar, and LMD leftmost derivation of W. Okay, otherwise an error condition will be shown. So that means this input string is accepted by this language. That type of output will be shown. Otherwise, some error message will be shown. This is not accepted. This is not a valid statement. That type of information will be shown as a output. Clear? The next one is this is the input and output. Then method. Here method. First, initially, the parser is in a configuration with a W. Yes, that means some components are going to be there. I will show that components. First, whatever the input string is given, that input string will be placed into the input buffer. So which consists of right and mark that indicates the end of the string. Okay, so finally what we can call it a W dollar. So W is the input string, dollar is the end of the string, the input buffer. Okay, so input buffer is going to have this input string and a dollar, and the start symbol yes on top of the stack. So one stack is taken, stack. Okay, one side close, one side open. Okay, that inserting, deleting possible from one side only. That is a insertion and deletion. Okay, so stack also used in this. So input buffer is used and stack also used in this. Above dollar, the program in figure uses, here we have one figure in the down, uses separative passing table M and table. So table also given in the input string and table. So input string is placed into the input buffer. Okay, so table is going to be there. Then stack is used in the processing that parsing process. Okay, one output will be shown that. So uses a primitive passing table M, that is called M. The name is M, that is a table name. To procedure a primitive passer for the input set input IP, that is called input, to point to the first symbol of the W. So one pointer is going to be there, that is pointing to the first symbol of the input string. So set X to the top of the stack. One symbol, that X, that will be there in the stack, top of the stack. So while X not equal to dollar. So while now nothing is there in the input string, what will be there? Dollar is going to be there. Nothing is there in the stack. What is there? X is there. X is nothing but some stack symbol. Okay, not equal. So that means in the input string, in the input buffer, dollar is not there. Something is there. In the stack, X is not there. Something is there. So that is a condition. So stack is not empty, or stack is not empty. Some symbols are there. Here input string is not empty. Some symbols are there. That is a condition. Okay. So something symbols either in input buffer or in stack. If X is A of the stack and advance input symbol. Okay. If X is A, so that will be popped. That means the symbol is popped from the stack and input string is incremented. That means input pointer will be incremented. Advance means incrementing. Else if X is a terminal, error will be shown. Okay, else if some entry is there, some entry X comma is an error entry, error message is shown. Otherwise, if M of X comma A equal to some production, something is there. So output production, so that will be pop the stack of the X and place this into stack. That means pop the stack symbol, push this right hand whatever is there onto the stack. Okay, so this is a procedure. First input, whatever the input string is given, that will be placed into the stack, not stack, in the input buffer. So at the end of the string, dollar is going to be there, that indicates end of the string, and the stack is going to have one symbol, that is a stack symbol, that indicates empty. Here dollar indicates empty. So if stack pointer is pointing to this symbol, that is no symbol, no other symbols are there in the stack. So now input pointer is pointing to the dollar, no input string. Okay, null. Here it is empty. This one also empty. So in this case, here we have diagram will show that. Okay, so set X to the top of the stack symbol. So X, these are the stack symbols. X, Y, Z stack symbols or grammar symbols. You can call it as a grammar symbol. Grammar non-terminals can be placed onto the stack. Okay, now this is a predictive passing table, not table, program. This is a predictive passing program which we are going to create, right? Okay, so table, passing table M. So this is a passing table, and this is an input buffer. Input buffer, this input buffer is used to hold input string. Whatever the input string is given to verify, that is placed onto the input buffer. So ending with a dollar. So simply we can call it as a what? W dollar. W dollar. Okay. So one pointer is pointing to the first symbol of the input string. Okay. Now stack data structure is used here. So you know stack. So inserts and deletions are possible on side, push and pop. By performing this push operation and pop operation, you know, one pointer is going there that is pointing to the top of the stack. Stack pointer is the input pointer. Okay. Next output. So output that indicates action. Action means here whether it is accepted or rejected. Accepted, rejected. That type of output will be from this. Accepted, rejected, or error, whatever. Okay, this is the output. So what are the components of this primitive parsing parser? Input buffer, stack, parsing table, one primitive parsing program, one output. Okay, you supposed to create this for this diagram. So model of table driven primitive parser. Okay, so here first input string whatever is given to verify that is placed onto the stack by adding dollar. So finally stack is going to contain like this. So now input pointer is pointing to the first symbol of the input string. Next to stack. So initially starting symbol of the grammar is placed onto the stack. So dollar is going to be there in the end of the stack. Okay, so here dollar, here dollar. It indicates no symbols. So if this pointer is pointing to this dollar, what indicates symbols are all completed, nothing is here. Now this stack pointer is pointing to this, no grammar symbols, empty it is, stack empty, this is a input buffer empty. Okay, so X is A, so some whatever the input symbol that is A. Okay, so now in the stack, actually it is in the stack. So pop that one, okay, delete that one. If it is the top of the stack is terminal, top of the stack is a terminal. What you have to do? So simply delete that pop, increment the input pointer. Okay, so that is pop the stack symbol, advance input pointer. Okay, that is. Then else if X is a terminal. X is a terminal. Okay, so not matching with the input string. So something is there. Then that is a error. That is a error. This one error. Okay. Next one. Else if M X comma A some stack symbol with inputs symbol, stack symbol with input symbol. Some entry is there in the table. Entry is there in the table. Some data is there in the table. Okay. So that is considered or not. It is pointing to the blank. That is an error. For the symbol, for the stack symbol, for the input symbol, in the table blank is there. It is pointing to the blank. That is error. If something is there, then that is used for the replacement purpose. Okay, this one. If else if M comma A equal to something is there in the table, so output production. Output production. This one is output production. Of the stack symbol, X is popped, and in place of X, this is pushed onto the stack. Okay, this is what predictive parsing algorithm or predictive parser. Theoretically, if you get a question, you are supposed to write this entire this one and up to this. Okay, draw the diagram and explain this procedure theoretically or live algorithm also you can. Okay, next to checking whether the given grammar is LL1 grammar or not. So without using parsing table. So this is another one. Without using parsing table, whether the given grammar is LL1 or not. So that is, so a grammar is LL1 if and only if whenever A employs alpha, beta or two distinct productions of grammar G, the following conditions hold. For no terminal A, though with alpha and beta, derived strings beginning with A implies first of alpha and first of beta are disjoint. Okay, first I will explain some problem for this. So later we see whether the given grammar is LL1 or not. So it's a different kind of problem. So first we will see that. Okay, Emma, your question is same. What's the question? So construct a predictive parsing table. Remember this question. Construct predictive parsing table for the following grammar. You will get this type of question. Okay. Next, to check whether the given grammar is LL1 grammar or not. This is the question. And one more question. Construct predictive parsing table for the following grammar and verify the given input string is accepted or not. Okay, this is the third problem. And one more. Check whether the given grammar is LL1 grammar or not. And verify the given input string is accepted by the grammar or not. Okay, for these four questions, these are the four different questions. For these four questions, answer is only one answer. Same answer for these four questions. Same answer, but questions are different. Okay, so first, what is the question? Construct predictive parsing table for the following grammar. Okay, and one more is what? Check whether given input string is accepted by this grammar or not. Okay, so predictive parsing table construction. Next to whatever the input string is given, so we have to verify whether that is accepted or not. That is only extra thing. So table construction is same in predictive parsing table or whether the given grammar is LL1 or not. In these two cases, up to table construction, whatever the steps are there in the table construction, all are same in these two types of questions. Construct predictive parsing table and whether given grammar is LL1 or not. In these two questions, table construction up to table construction is same. So after table construction, next only one step is performed. Okay, that is whether the given input string is accepted or whether the given grammar is LL1 or not. So based on the table only, we can say this answer. Based on the table only, after construction of table only, we can answer whether the given grammar is LL1 or not, or input string is accepted by the grammar or not. Okay, so we will see that one. So first to table construction, first we will see this is a grammar. Okay, this kind of grammar, E implies E plus T or T, that T implies T into F or F implies E or ID. So these are the productions in the grammar, and in this is the input string is given to verify. Okay, so this is a grammar. First grammar is given. So what is the first step? What is the first step? We have 5 steps. What is the first step? Eliminate the left recursion from the grammar. Second step is perform left-to factoring. Third step, find the first and follow set. Fourth one is construct predictive parsing table. So these 4 steps are common in all. Okay, so first step, left recursion elimination. Okay, now first of all, what you have to do? No need to perform the first 2 steps. If your grammar is ambiguous grammar, so perform the first 2 steps. If the grammar is not ambiguous, it is an unambiguous grammar, so no need to perform the first 2 steps directly. find out the first set and follow set. From the third step, directly you can do the third step. So that depends on the grammar, which kind of grammar it is, ambiguous grammar or unambiguous grammar. Ma అర్థమవుతుందా? Yes, respond ఇవ్వండి ఒకసారి. Response. అర్థమైందా? ప్రిడిక్టివ్ పాసింగ్ టేబుల్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది డయాగ్రామ్? Hello, diagram okay? Up to the diagram, what are the steps? No response. Tagundas. Okay, so first step, this grammar is a ambiguous grammar. So if the grammar is ambiguous grammar, so definitely we have to do first two steps, perform the first two steps. How can you say whether it is ambiguous or unambiguous? First we have to see any left to recursive productions are there in the grammar. Yes or no? So take the first production, E, left recursion means what? Right hand side, same symbol. It starts with the same symbol. Now E, here it is starting with the same symbol. T, starting with the same symbol. So left recursive productions, two left recursive productions are there. Next to left to factoring. Left to factoring means two options, two alternate. This is one production, this one is another production. Any common symbols are there in these two? This is a E, this one is a T. No common symbol. Here this is a T and this one is a F. First symbols only. No common symbols. Here this is open parenthesis, this one is a ID. So different symbols, no common symbols. So we need to perform step 2. That is what? Left to factoring. Not required to perform left to factoring. Only left to recursion. Okay, you know left recursion. What is a general form? So A implies A alpha, B A alpha beta. Okay, this production like this form. So after removing, this will be changed to this what? Beta or B, whatever it is. A dash. Next A dash implies what? Alpha, A dash, epsilon. Okay, this is a general form. If any production like this, so convert that production to these productions. So now this is converted. What is like this? E implies beta means here B. This one T E dash. So next alpha. What is alpha? Plus T is alpha. Plus T is alpha. So plus T. Then A dash means here E dash slash epsilon. So now these two productions for this first one. The next two here also same thing. Ft dash, F T dash, then star Ft dash epsilon. Okay, this is a standard grammar. The grammar compulsory in the standard book, in the what reference book or some textbook is there. In that book, this is taken as an example in all. Okay, this is a standard grammar. Okay, so you should remember these productions after left recursion. If you do any mistake in this step, your table is going to be wrong. It will be filled with wrong entries if you do any mistake in this process. Okay, so this is a standard grammar. You should remember this grammar. Singly, E implies T dash. Okay, E dash implies plus T dash epsilon. T implies Ft dash. T dash implies star Ft dash epsilon. F implies E or ID. Okay, so no need to compare with the general form. No need to convert. So if this grammar is given directly, you can write this one directly. Okay, you first write this. After removing left recursion, the grammar will be right. The next to left to what? remove left factoring. So that means here not what registered this type of left factoring not required here. Okay, why? Because no common prefixes here. Second production is not there. Okay, here two productions are there, but here common symbol, no common symbol plus epsilon. Here only one. Okay, no need to check. If more than one is there, then we can check any common symbols are there in the productions. Okay, so here two productions, but common, no common symbol, star, epsilon. Here two productions, but open parenthesis ID, no common symbol. So that's why no need to perform left factoring. Okay, so step 2 completed. The next two, what? Find first set and follow set. You know, first half of E, first half of T, first half of F. But this, not that. This is a not. You don't consider this one. So this is a grammar after removing. So this is a grammar. Now whatever you do, you have to see this only, these productions. So what about to do? You have to find out the first follow set for each and every non-terminal. For E, E dash to T, T dash F, like this. E, E dash T, T dash F. First set, follow set. Okay. So first set, you know, first symbol is seen is a non-terminal. Go to that T production. First symbol F. F is a non-terminal. Go to F production. First symbol is a terminal. So write the terminal. Okay, into the set. Then here also first symbol is the terminal. Write the terminal into the set. So first half of E, open parenthesis ID. Then first half of E dash. First symbol is what? Plus. Okay, add to the set. Then here first symbol epsilon, add to the set. Then for T also same thing. F, go to F production. First symbol open parenthesis ID. Then T dash. First symbol is star, add to the set. First symbol is epsilon, add to the set. Next to first half of F, open parenthesis ID. Okay, while finding first, it is easy. Okay, first set finding is easy compared to follow set. Okay, in the follow set, for the first symbol, we should add a dollar because that is the starting symbol of the grammar. So dollar is added. Then follows of E. So in this case, right hand side you have to see, yeah, E is there in which production E is there? Okay, in this production. So consider this production. After E, what is there? Closing parenthesis. Follow means who is following you? Who is following you? So that is who is following E. After E, what is there? That symbol, follow. Closing parenthesis there. So right. Then this is a first symbol, starting symbol of the grammar. That's why dollar is added. Okay. Next, E dash follows of E dash. E dash in case of E dash, in this production E dash is there. In this production is E dash is there. So in this case, we have to consider these three productions now. E implies E dash implies plus T dash, E dash implies epsilon. Okay, this epsilon symbol is used for the substitution purpose. We already have explained in the last class. Okay, so after substituting, after combining, so finally we will get these two symbols, a dollar over closing parenthesis. Then T also same thing. In this case, we have to consider these three. Then substitute. So substitution after that also we get plus $, closing parenthesis. Then T dash also same thing, plus closing $. Okay, next for F we will get these many star plus $, closing parenthesis. So these are the symbols in the follow set. Okay, so up to this process, you know, so what we have seen in the last few classes, all repeated, what removing left recursion, left factoring, and finding first set and follow set, isn't it? Next new thing is construction of parsing table. This one is a new. This one is a new one. Okay, in this case, what you have to do first to draw the table. Draw a table. So table consists of rows and columns. You know. Okay. So rows the non-terminals are taken into rows. What are the non-terminals in the grammar? E dash to T, T dash to F. These are the non-terminals. So E is taken in the first row. Next to T, E dash, T, T dash, F. Okay, like this. Next columns. Columns are the terminals. Terminals. What are the terminals are there in the grammar? So terminal means small letter or special symbol or whatever. Other than non-terminals, whatever it is, that is treated as a terminal or input symbols. Input symbol. You can call it as an input symbol. So you can write like this here, not here. Here. This is a non-terminal. This is a terminal. This is difficult to write here. You can understand. This is a non-terminal. These are terminals or input strings. Okay. So what are the symbols? So you can take open parenthesis, closing parenthesis, ID, plus star, and one more dollar. Dollar is, but here dollar is not there. Then take it as a dollar. Then epsilon is there. So don't epsilon as input symbol. That is a nothing. Okay, nothing. Okay. So take this table like this. My table letter to yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first, how to consider the table? So rows and columns. In the rows, you take all the non-terminals as the rows, and all the terminals or input symbols as a column. Okay. Now you draw like this. Okay. Now zero E row. What? Open parenthesis column. E row, open parenthesis column. E dash row, open parenthesis column. Okay. Then we have to fill something. Okay. So how the address will be filled into the table? So that is based on the first set and follows. First set and follows it. So first half of E. You first what are to see first set. First half of E. What are there? Open parenthesis there. ID is there, right? Okay. In the E row, E open parenthesis, E open parenthesis, E ID. In the E row, open parenthesis, in this area, in this box, we have to fill something. Okay. So that is we fill the with the production, you have to fill this entries with the production. So which production? Many productions are there. Which production we have to fill in this box? Means first half of E we got open parenthesis. Okay, this open parenthesis got from which production? Which production? Actually, first half of E, T, then T, F is there, then F. From this production, we got open parenthesis. Okay. So from this means we have to go back to this F, then E. Okay, that means from this program, what is the starting production? Which production is the reason to get this for E? That is this one. E implies T dash. With E implies T dash. From this we have gone to T production, and from this T production we have gone to F production. From this we got open parenthesis. Okay. The next symbol is first half of E. ID is here. ID. Okay. Which production is the reason for adding this ID to the set? Which production? This one only. E implies E dash. Okay, write that production. In place of ID E, in place of ID E implies T dash. Okay, so E completed. First of all, E, how many are there? Only two symbols are there. Open parenthesis and ID are there. So that's why on open parenthesis, filling the entry completed. Then on ID also, fill the entry completed. Okay, only two are there. That's why two entries for E. Okay, E completed. Then for E dash, So for E dash, which one is there? Plus epsilon. So don't consider the epsilon, only consider the place. So this place apart from which production is the reason to added this place to the center? E dash production. So this one add in place of E dash on place E dash on place add E dash implies T dash. Okay, so don't add epsilon. Okay, now first to complete it for E dash. Okay, next of T set. T for also same thing. Okay, now which production is reason? T production. T production is which one? This one. T plus T dash. So in case of open parenthesis, T plus T dash on ID T plus T dash. Okay, that was completed. Then star. So same thing. T dash star dash implies star T dash. Okay, this one completed. So don't add epsilon. Next to F open parenthesis ID. Same thing. This function is reason to get that one. So F4 open parenthesis F plus this you can open and closing E and in place of F4 ID F plus ID. Okay, so first to set with the first to set filling completed. Is it clear? Table entry with the first set. Yes. Paradeep. 5:13. Nitesh. Rajtarun. Rajshri.
Yes, sir.
Paradeep, what you are doing? Not listening in the class. Amisha.
Yes, sir.
So for the way, first to set ಎಲ್ಲ fill some table one.
Sir.
Class only few. Okay, so now first to set filling completed. Next to follow with the follow set. Okay, in filling this follow set in the table, only few productions are considered. That means few non-terminals are considered, not for all the non-terminals. How many are there? E is there, E dash, T dash, F. So don't consider all these non-terminals on newly added non-terminals. Actually, in the original grammar, before left recursion, left factoring, what are the symbols? E, T, F are there. Okay, not on these symbols. That means not on these rows. Not on E, not on T, not on F. So what are the remaining? E dash, T dash. These are the new. Okay, for these symbols, for this, that means for on these columns, on these rows, T dash row, T dash row. In these two rows, fill the address with follow. That means whatever the follows of E dash and whatever the follows of T dash. Okay, so follows of E dash, what are there? Dollar is there, closing parenthesis is there, closing parenthesis. So that means on the closing parenthesis E dash column, closing parenthesis, don't add that direct production, just simply E dash implies epsilon. E dash implies epsilon, which is E dash implies epsilon. Okay, on closing parenthesis, okay, completed. Next on dollar of same thing, E dash implies epsilon. E dash implies epsilon. Okay, so these are from hollow state. Okay, so next symbol is what? T dash. Don't do consider E, T, F, new symbols, new not E dash, T dash only on E dash row, on T dash row. So T dash, what are the symbols placed to dollar closing on place on dollar on closing parenthesis. T dash closing parenthesis, what? T dash implies epsilon plus also there, T dash implies epsilon, then closing parenthesis. Closing completed, then dollar. T dash implies epsilon. Okay, not on E, not on T, not on F. Follow set filling only on E dash, T dash. Only on these two. ఇక్కడ E dash అన్నప్పుడు E dash epsilon, T అంటే E dash epsilon. This one, here, this one, and this one. ఎందుకు T dash లో we have 3 plus dollar closing parenthesis లో ఉంది plus dollar లో. So ఈ 3 places లోనే for T dash only these two on T dash. So table construction completed. Okay, so now fourth step completed. So next to which one? Fifth step. What is that? Input to symbol verification. Whether there is an input string, a statement or sentence or expression given. Now we have to check this string, this input to string or statement or expression is going to be accepted by this grammar or not. Now we have to verify. Okay, with the help of table. Okay, so for that, what you have to do? So that architecture, what is that? What is there? Stack is there, input buffer, primitive passing program, then table. So input pointer pointing to the input buffer, start pointer pointing to stack, then one more pointer pointing to the table, and finally it gives the output. Okay, so these are the components in the primitive parser. Okay, so now this input string is given. So add a dollar at the end of the input string and place it into the input buffer. So that means this is input buffer. So placing the input string with the dollar into the input buffer. So stack symbol place dollar onto the stack. Initially static symbol of the grammar. It is a static symbol of the grammar. Okay. Then table. We have table. Action means output. So parser is nothing but UR. Okay. So input is placed onto the buffer. Stack also taken, and the static symbol is pushed onto the stack. Okay. Now table is ready. Table is there. Now you have to say which type of action needs to be performed by looking into the table based on the input symbol, based on the stack symbol. Okay, based on the stack and the symbols in the input and the stack on the table, you have to take that action. Okay, so this is simply not that diagrammatical part. So take stack to input to action. Okay, so first E is there in the stack. Why? Because it is the starting symbol of the grammar. So place it into the stack. Okay, so EID. This is the first symbol. Left to right scanning or left to right scanning. Okay, left to right using leftmost derivation. Okay, so what is in this place EID? what action to be performed? So for that, the parser is going to look into the table. E with ID, what is there? E with ID, what is the entry? What is the entry in the table? So this is the entry. What is that? What it means? In place of E, T E dash. That means E is expanded by this one. So that means E is removed and this will be placed onto the stack. E is removed. So what is that? T dash. T dash will be placed onto the stack. Okay. So push this one. T dash. Okay. So T dash. Next top of the stack, what is there? T is there. Now this is the top of the stack only. Only one symbol. T ID. But here, what is the action here? Pushing. Just to push operation is performed. Now top of the stack is what? T. T ID. T ID. T ID. What is FT dash? That means push this onto the stack in place of T. Leftmost derivation. So in case of T, what is to be placed onto the stack? FT dash. Already T dash is there. Okay, so now which one is the top? F is the top of the stack. Input symbol is ID only. FID. FID. What is the entry in the table? F row ID column. What is that? ID is there. So push ID onto the stack only. So now ID. So what? ID matched. ID here ID. Next action matching. So what we have to do? Pop this terminal from the stack and increment the pointer. Increment the input pointer. So that means indirectly this is also removed. Not removing. This pointer is pointing to plus. Now plus. So after removing from ID from the stack, what are the symbols? T dash, E dash. Okay, now top of the stack is T dash plus. T dash plus what is the entry in the table? T dash plus what? Epsilon. Okay, epsilon. Push epsilon in place of T dash. So epsilon is nothing. Null symbol. Okay, after pushing what? E dash. E dash is there. So now E dash plus. E dash plus. E dash plus what is there? So plus T dash push plus T dash in place of E dash. So now what is our top? Plus here plus matching. Okay, pop and increment the pointer. Incrementing the pointer to next symbol, that is the ID. Here pop after removing what not top of the stack? T ID. T ID. So T ID what? FT dash push. FT dash. So now top of the stack F input symbol is ID. Okay. Now what we have to do? Action FID. ID push ID onto the stack. ID is pushed onto the stack. Now top of the stack is ID. Input symbol input pointer is pointing to ID. Both are same. Matching. Remove this. That means pop operation and incrementing the pointer. After popping T dash, then here after incrementing input symbol input pointer is pointing to star. So now top of the stack here T dash. So T dash is star. What is the entry in the table? That will be looked into the table. What T dash star. T dash star. What is there? Star FT dash. Push star FT dash. That is pushed onto the stack. Star FT dash E dash. Here top of the stack is star. Input symbol is star. So matching. So that means pop incrementing input pointer. So now top of the stack is F. After incrementing the input pointer is pointing to ID. So FID, what is the entry in the table? Okay, ID. So now push in place of F, ID is pushed onto the stack. Now this is the top of the stack and input symbol input pointer is pointing to ID. Now matching. That means pop from the pop ID from the stack. Here a pointer pointing to the, that means incrementing the pointer, the pointer pointing to the dollar. So now top of the stack is T dash. So T dash dollar, what is the entry in the table? So T dash dollar, what? Epsilon. So push onto the stack epsilon in place of T dash. That means nothing, null symbol. So what is the top of the stack? E dash. So E dash dollar. E dash dollar, what is the entry? E dash dollar epsilon. So epsilon means here dollar. So dollar, what? Accept. That is an action. Accepted. So this input string is accepted by this grammar. This input string is accepted by this grammar. That is a conclusion you have to say in the fifth step. Now clear? Ardhamaina? Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the 5 steps in the creative parser. Different 4 questions, different अन्निटिकी answer for all the questions, same answer. Table construction work is same. This one is a different one. Whether the input string is given for verification, that is, well, a question. If in the question, if this input string is given to verify, you have to do this 5th step. So otherwise, only construct creative parsing table. You stop here, so no need to do this 5th step. So at the 4th step you can stop. And one more type of question: what is that? Check whether the given grammar is LL1 or not. LL1 grammar one or not. For this question, answer is same, and construct a print2 parser. For that also answer is same. For LL1 parser, for that one extra thing after table construction. One point is enough to write what is that the grammar is LL1, because no multiple entries in the table. This is a conclusion. So how do you say? First of all, you have to see the table. So in each box, how many productions are there? In each box, 0 production or 1 production? Yes or no? Either 0 production or 1 production, but more than 1 production not there. Okay, if more than 1 production is not there in the table, then that grammar definitely it is a LL1 grammar. That is a conclusion. By looking the table only, we can say this answer. So the given grammar is LL1 because no multiple entries, no more than 1 entry. More than multiple means more than 1. Okay, 0 entry, 1 entry, but no multiple entries. So that's why the given grammar is LL1 grammar. If in place of this one more grammar, so for example, E implies epsilon. Okay, this is one production, this one is production. These are the 2 entries. Now this is a grammar is not LL1 grammar. Why? Because in one box, 2 entries are there, 2 productions are there. This is not LL1 grammar. Like that you can say. But in this, no multiple entries. So definitely it is LL1 grammar. Okay, here, and I want to give one input string. So that is a ID. Okay, star ID. ID star ID. Here input string is ID plus ID star ID. Here input string is ID star ID. Now you tell me this input string is accepted by this grammar. Yes, any one of you. So now we have proven this ID plus ID into ID dollar is accepted by this grammar by performing some set of statements with the creative parsing table. Okay, with the stack symbols. So finally we have concluded that this input string is accepted by this grammar. Now I am giving one more input string to this parser. Now you tell me, is this accepted by this grammar or not? Yes, ma. అర్థమైందా క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైందా? ఐడి ప్లస్ ఐడి డాలర్. హలో, Pardi,
Yes, sir.
now you tell me now, this string is accepted by this grammar or not? ID into ID dollar, like this only. ID into ID dollar. Huh? So for this, what you have to do? You have to do these kind of steps. This type of steps. This string how to be placed into the input buffer. Starting symbol EID. What is the entry? You have to see into the table. Okay, with ID E. What is there? E is replaced by T dash. Okay, this one. Then TID. So like this, you have to perform some set of steps like this. Okay, finally, you can say the answer. Whether is accepted or not. Yes or no? If input string is directly given, you cannot say. But you cannot say the answer whether it is accepted or not. But you cannot say. But you need to perform these all the steps. So finally, if for example E dash dollar, some entry is here. So E dash star, you got E dash star. What is there? Blank is here. Blank. No symbol is there. So at that time, in that place only you can say error not accepted. So that means with one non-terminal with the input string, it is showing blank entry, then that is error. These all are the errors. These blank entries for all are the errors. Hello. Okay. So definitely you cannot get a dollar and a dollar like this in the ending. For this input string, you may stop in the middle only. Why? Because for T or anything, for example T dash star, it shows a blank entry, not exactly T dash. For T star, blank entry is there. So at that time you have to stop. Okay, then you can say it is rejected, not accepted by the grammar. Okay. Hello. Yes, respond. This question is very important. You will get this question in the external exam. Okay, accept accept 100% not accepted by this grammar. In between the operand, there should be operator. In grammar, this grammar says that between the operands, there should be one operator. Okay, between the some operands, operator should be in between. Grammar. So here this is the operand, this one operand. Operator is there in between the operands. This operator is there in between the operands. Okay, this operator is there in the between the operands. But in between these two operands, no operator. So operator should not be in continuous. So between the operand there should be operator. Okay, here okay, but here not okay. But you should not say orally. You should say by performing steps with the help of the table. Okay, so now this parser, creative parser is going to say if any input string is given, this kind of input string is given, definitely it is going to say this is not accepted. Some mistake is there, some syntax error is there in that. It will show type of error. ఇప్పుడు మనకు వస్తాయి సింటాక్స్ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది కదా, సింటాక్స్ ఎర్రర్ అని. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇంట్ సంథింగ్ a comma b comma c సంథింగ్ వేరియబుల్స్ దెన్ c equal to ab అని ఇచ్చాం అనుకోండి, ab, then definitely it will give error. Why? Because a b c are the three different operands, different variables. So ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఇక్కడ c equal to ab, what is the meaning of this cb? ab అనేది ఒక వేరియబుల్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద రిజల్ట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వేరియబుల్ కాపీ ఇంటూ c, that is the meaning of this statement, right? But we don't have this name, we don't have variable with this name a comma b comma c. These are the three different variables, but you are writing in the expression like this. Okay, now this primitive parser is going to report error. This is error by there should be operator. Okay, operator whatever it is, so arithmetic operator whatever it is, or any operator, so that depends on the grammar. Okay, so this type of error can be detected by this parser. That's why I'm saying, so I know, okay, that's why I am confidently telling this is a multi-value statement. You don't know, you don't have confidence, so what you have to do? You have to verify this all. You have to perform all these steps. Okay, in the middle you may not get an entry for some symbols, that means it will show to the blank entries. So these all blank entries are error, that means it is rejected, this input string is rejected. Okay, now clear? Now it is clear. Hello,
Yes, sir.
చెప్పాలి ఒకరికి బొట్టు పెట్టి అర్థమైందా లేదా అని క్వశ్చన్ అడిగినప్పుడు చెప్పడానికి ఏమైనా బాబు ఎవడో ఒకడు. Okay, so this is one, this is an important one, this grammar, and one more grammar also important. So this grammar is important, this one also. Okay, S implies IETS or IETS ESA. Okay, input string is something, some input string will be given, your input string is not given, so directly grammar is given, then construct the primitive passing table. Okay, that type of question, or given grammar is LL1 grammar or not. For these two questions, answer is same. What first four steps are same: eliminating left recursion, eliminating left factoring, finding first set and follow set. Next to construction of primitive passing table by filling with first set symbols, follow set symbols. Okay, so finally after table, what you have to do? If the question is like just construct the primitive passing table, just to leave, you can leave it here only, just fill entries, you can stop over there. But the question is, the given grammar is LL1 grammar or not? In that case, what you have to see? You have to check each and every box, each and every, any multiple entries are there in the table, more than one entry. If it is 0, no problem, leave it. If it is 1, no problem, leave it. If more than 1 is there, then you have to rise. This is not a LL1 grammar. Okay, if it is 0, if it is 1, then you can say this is a LL1 grammar. Okay, yes, for this grammar only these two productions, yes, production, E production, but yes, have 3 productions, IET, these many. First of what you have to do, left recursion, left factoring. For left recursion you have to check yes, not starting with yes, here also not starting with yes, here also not starting with yes, no left recursion, here also E, B, no left recursion, no left recursion. Next you can check for left factoring, common symbols, more than one, here only one is there, so no left factoring. If more than one, there may be a chances to appear common symbol. Okay, here no left factoring, but here I, okay, in this. The next you can use check the long prefix I also there. Okay, this is the longest. Next symbol T also there. Okay, next symbol S also there. Now this is a common longest. After S no symbol. Okay, so you can take this as a common prefix. This is a common prefix. Left factoring is here. Remove that. You know the procedure how to remove the left factoring. Okay, apply that rules. So finally, after removing left factoring, this is a grammar. This implies IETS. Okay, common prefix. Then S dash you take. Then A this is not a common. So that's why add simply to it. And then what? S dash after this what? After removing the common prefix, epsilon is there. I add epsilon. The next after removing common prefix here, what is there? ES. So these are the three productions: S production, S dash production, E production. So now find out the first set, follow set for this, for S dash, for E. First of S, what we will get? I. First symbol is what? IA. Okay, simply add. Then for S dash, E epsilon, add. For E, B is there, add. Okay, nothing directly is there. Directly, first set we can get. First symbol is a terminal. Simply terminal, just directly add to the first set. Next to follow set. Follow set is somewhat complex. You have to do carefully. If you do wrong here, then your table, you will get a wrong table. You cannot construct. Follows of yes. What is there? Follows of yes. In this production. Okay. You know that substitution process. Okay, 3 productions you will get. So after using substitution, you will get dollar is a common. Y S is a static symbol. That's why add. Then E will get dollar E. The next follows of S dash also dollar E. Then follows of E. What we will get directly? T is here. T is a terminal. So simply T is taken. So this is the first set and follow set. Then table construction. How many non-terminals? S, H dash, E. These are the non-terminals. Simply S, H dash, E. 3 rows. Then how many columns? I is 1 column. T is 1 column. A is 1 column. Okay, B is 1 column. You take these many. Dollar also. Dollar I, E, B, A, T. These are all the input symbols, terminals in the grammar. You can take all them in the column wise. You can take. Then first to fill with the first set. I on S row, I column. What is the entry to be filled? Okay, so this I got from which production? From this first production. Okay, fill that production. Then next, what A? Okay, and in place of A, this is wrong. S implies A. That is a mistake. Okay, next first of S dash, E epsilon, but for epsilon don't fill with the epsilon. We don't have that symbol. Next, what is here? With E only, with E. S dash with E. What do we get? This one. Okay. Next, B, E with B. Okay. First set filling completed. Next, follow. Follow for only which symbol? S dash only, not for S, not for E. S dash. Okay. So S dash follows dollar E. On dollar, S dash implies epsilon. On E also, what S dash implies epsilon. Here on dollar S dash implies epsilon, on E also S dash implies epsilon. Okay, so table construction completed. What do you have to do? Check any multiple entry in the table. So here 1 0 1 0. Okay, but here more than one entry. S dash implies ES, S dash implies epsilon. More than one entry is there in the grammar. Now the given grammar is not LL1 grammar. The grammar is not LL1 because it has multiple entries for the same terminal in a table. For E, multiple entries are there. Multiple entries means what? In place of this, which is required to use for the expansion. That is a conflict. This is a conflict. So that's why this given grammar is not LL1 grammar. Okay, so previously what I have told that grammar is a LL1 grammar. Now what I am telling, this grammar is a not LL1 grammar. How can you say based on the table? By looking in the table, you can say multiple entries. The given grammar is not LL1. No multiple entries. Given grammar is LL1. Okay, so here input string is given. This one. हमारी question लो EOC होगा post. To verify this input string. In case if the input string is given to verify, you need to do these steps. Previously, what I have done that. So, so H dash ambiguity whether to push. Okay, this is a problem with this grammar. When input string ni verify just appudu, we'll get this type of problem. Enduku this is grammar is not a LL1 grammar. So that's why we may get conflicts. Okay, but if for some type of strings, it will give conflict. For some type of strings, here also same thing. For this input string, it is giving ambiguity whether to push or whether to pop. Then goes to your grammar is not LL1 grammar. What is the problem? What is the problem? Ambiguity is a problem, confusion is a problem, conflict is a problem, whether to push or pop. Push means which production, this production or this production, which production you need to push. That is a conflict. Why? Because H dash E in place of H dash E, who are there? This production or this production? The confusion is there. Okay? Yes, ma. Ardhamainda? Hello? No response. You are A section students. Unity, you are maintaining unity. No one is responding. Why should I respond? How to follow all. Right? You are thinking like this only. So with this, predictive parsing, LLM grammar or not, that is completed. Okay, I will share this. You have to do all the remaining. Okay, many grammars are there. These all are the examples. Okay, for all this you want to do. So many examples are there in this material. If you prepare this material for external, for mid, it's enough, more than enough. So 10 grammars are given. So for 10 grammars, you can construct the predictive parsing table, or you can find out the first and second follow set. Okay, these 10 grammars enough. But you don't prepare. Why? Because you are A section students. 1-2 grammars only. For exam point of view, one day, before one day only. No response. I know. Okay, so in the next class, we'll start bottom up.
Will you be sending this material?
Huh?
Apart from the notes that we make, will you be sending us these notes as well?
Yes, I will send, ma.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will send this material. Okay, you want to prepare more than this, you can, no problem. But in this nearly 10 grammars, more than 10 grammars are there in the top down. You can construct, that means you can do that left recursion, left factoring, or you can do find out the first set and follow set. You can construct a predictive parsing table. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So next, in the next class we'll see bottom up. Bottom up, in bottom up, how many shift reduce parser, operator precedence parser, SLR, CLR, LLR, 5 problems, 5 models. In this, just with the backtracking, recursive descent, predictive, only three problems, 3 models in top down. In the bottom up, 5 models are there, but I have to check once in your syllabus copy how many are there. But syllabus lo తక్కువ ఇచ్చిన నెక్స్ట్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎగ్జామ్ they may give, they don't know actually what is the syllabus. Okay, so that's why I want to teach all 5 models. So for the mid one, unit 1 and unit 2, these 2 units, so you have to prepare for these 2 units to write the mid 1 exam. Okay, so respond for the attendance. Today no lab class, as I told you. But really you are listening in the class? How many of you listening in the class? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Only if you ninda any questions adina kuda no one respond. Only if you who are giving
Sir,
regularly.
I am not confident, sir, with answers.
చెప్పాలంటే కొంచెం ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రావాలంటే మీరు క్లాస్ ఇస్తేనే కదా మనకు కొంచెం ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వచ్చేది. So that too, this is a problem subject. Online lo, it is a difficult one. This is not actually. So what should I do? So if it is a theory or programming, it's okay, but it is a problematic. Chalk and board, that type of teaching is required for this subject.
So keep tests, sir.
Okay, so only this one unit, this with this, okay, no problem. From the next unit onwards, we can I can teach through PPT. With the PPT, okay, no problem. Theory part only. Just respond for the attendance. Don't leave. So I am posting the attendance for class and for lab. So 2 times I will take the attendance. Okay. For now, class attendance. Respond any between 16 series, 17 series. Anyone present?
17 series 5C7, sir.
7. Next.
5A2, sir.
17 series 5.
A2. Next. 56.
5C4, sir.
No, 1 by 1. So 56. మా ఇక్కడ మీకు స్క్రీన్ విజిబుల్ కదా ఇది
Sir, 563.
60 ఇలా టిక్ చేసినట్టే ప్రజెంట్. సో 56 57. నెక్స్ట్ D4.
64, sir.
D4. ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్
P4.
506, sir.
6
63.
63.
M6, sir. M6, sir.
M6. హలో anyone? D4. మీకు అట్టే చెప్పండి రా బాబు, అటెండెన్స్ చెప్పి నీకేం ప్రాబ్లం, రెస్పాండ్ అయితే అవ్వరు కానీ అటెండెన్స్ అయితే ఇంపార్టెంటే కదా మీకు. సో క్లాస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ యూ, అటెండెన్స్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ యూ. ఐ థింక్ అటెండెన్స్ కోసం అయినా కొంచెం చెప్పండి, రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వండి. సో నెక్స్ట్ 18 సిరీస్.
501, sir.
నెక్స్ట్
505, sir.
నెక్స్ట్
508, sir.
నెక్స్ట్
508.
509, sir.
9. నెక్స్ట్
512 present, sir.
516, sir.
514.
515, sir.
14 present.
Yes, sir.
15.
15 present, sir.
Okay, next. 17, 18. 19,
520, sir.
20.
22, sir.
22.
523, sir.
23.
527, sir.
27.
528,
రితీష్ ఏం అసలు ఉన్నావా లేవా అసలు ఈసారి పిలిచిన అక్షరంగా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు.
ఉన్నా సార్.
ఇప్పుడు ఉంటావు అటెండెన్స్ అప్పుడు ఉంటావు. నెక్స్ట్
528, sir.
28.
530, sir.
30.
531, sir.
21.
34, sir.
34.
536, sir.
36. 38. Amma, don't leave. How to close the attendance for lab also. 39. Next.
540, sir.
40. Next.
45, sir.
40. 45. Next.
44 and 45, sir.
44, 45. 46. 46.
548, sir.
8.
549, sir.
49. 50. ఎప్పుడో ఒకసారి సార్ వీక్లీ ఒకసారి వన్స్ 50. నెక్స్ట్ 51.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
నెక్స్ట్
54, sir.
54.
57, sir.
57.
60, sir.
60.
553, sir.
53. Anyone? So 3 classes లాస్ అవుతారు. సో చూడండి. సో 31 absent. సో ఫోటో తీసుకున్నాం. Don't leave. Okay, now just give an attendance for a class. Next lab